How did Diana and Prince Charles really meet? Did the future Princess of Wales actually roller skate in Buckingham Palace? And was the Queen ever rude to Margaret Thatcher? Hi, I'm Dylan, and here's the truth behind the events of The Crown Season 4. The Mad Tree episode. Amazingly, Prince Charles really did date Diana's older sister, Sarah. Their relationship was short-lived, with Sarah reportedly once claiming she wouldn't marry the Prince of Wales if he were the dustman or the King of England. On the show, Charles first meets Diana when he arrives to take her sister out on a date. But in real life, the meeting happened when he accompanied Sarah to a grouse hunt. Girl viewers were impressed by the story, and it was fictionalized. So, no, sorry guys, it didn't go down as the meet-cute portrayed on screen, and there was no Mad Tree costume. That was totally an invention of the showrunner, Peter Morgan. Still, Charles was impressed by Diana at the time. Speaking of their meeting, he recalled, "I remember thinking what a very jolly and amusing and attractive 16-year-old she was. I mean, great fun and bouncy and full of life and everything." Unfortunately for Diana, something was transferred to screen correctly. And that was Charles's awkward words of whatever in love means in the post-engagement interview. Diana's knowledge of Charles's romance. From the show, we learned that Charles and Diana barely knew each other before they got married. And that is true. Diana reckoned that she met her future husband only about a dozen times before they walked down the aisle, and that includes official events. Also, throughout their courtship, there was evidence of Camilla's closeness to the Prince of Wales. Diana and Charles would stay with Camilla and her husband Andrew Parker Bowles for weekends. Moreover, his fiancée witnessed how Charles hurried to talk to Camilla the night before his departure to New Zealand. "I was in his study talking to him about his trip," she later recalled, according to the book Diana, Her True Story, in her own words. "The telephone rang. It was Camilla. Just before he was going for 5 weeks. It just broke my heart." And the story about a special bracelet being commissioned by the prince and the cufflinks he wore from Camilla during his and Diana's honeymoon is also true. Boy, did we have a row. Jealousy, total jealousy, Diana revealed in the book. And it was such a good idea, the two C's, but it wasn't that clever. No wonder such painful moments made it into the series. The Balmoral Test. It's common knowledge that the Queen loves her Scottish estate Balmoral and all the Highland jinx that go with it. A lot of ministers went there, but not everybody was thrilled by the opportunity. Margaret Thatcher definitely had no interest in such posh country pursuits like hunting. And according to her biographer Charles Moore, while aspects of this visit depicted on the show are surely wrong, the broad impression has the ring of truth. By the way, there actually was an incident with Queen Victoria's chair. But it wasn't the Prime Minister who violated the unwritten rule of sitting in it, but one of Prince Charles's girlfriends. And Diana really did win the royal family over during her first visit to Balmoral Castle, just as it was depicted on the show. The royals' real feelings about Diana. The 4th season of The Crown makes it clear that Prince Philip took his son's new girlfriend under his wing. Many people recalled how he came to her aid, sitting next to her at black tie dinners and chatting to her while she learned to master the art of small talk. But Diana's relationship with the rest of the royal family wasn't as warm. Years later, the princess revealed that she always panicked when she had to go to Balmoral. "The first couple of days, everything's wonderful," she recalled. "By the 3rd day, they're sapping me again. There are so many negative atmospheres. That house sucks one dry." Just as it was shown on the show, Charles's sister and Diana didn't get along. In the documentary The Real Princess Anne, it was claimed that Anne was extremely annoyed when Diana became center stage. Apparently, she thought that Diana lessened the stature of the royal family. However, the Princess of Wales was reportedly close with Prince Andrew and found a sympathetic figure in Princess Margaret, whom she called Margot. But there's no evidence that Margaret ever spoke up against Charles and Diana's marriage. Diana struggled with eating disorder. Amazingly, it was the actress who portrayed Diana, Emma Corrin, who asked the show's writers to highlight Diana's ongoing battle with an eating disorder. "We were trying to depict bulimia in an honest way," she explained to people. "Otherwise, it's a disservice to anyone who has been through that." Diana herself revealed that her eating disorder started the week after she got engaged to Charles. "My husband put his hand on my waistline and said, 'Oh, a bit chubby here, aren't we?' And that triggered off something in me." Tragically, her secret disease became an escape mechanism from what was going on in her marriage. Buckingham Palace break-in. It seems impossible to make it through the royal saga without constantly consulting Google. Is it true that there was an intruder in the Queen's bedroom? Shockingly, an unemployed British man, Michael Fagan, did break into the monarch's residence. However, the story was slightly exaggerated. Fagan and the Queen did not have a long conversation about Thatcher as was shown in the series. The police reports state that he was too nervous to say anything and just sat there until he was taken away. According to Fagan, The Crown used a lot of artistic license in depicting the episode. He still maintains he can't explain the reasons why he broke in, although he was frustrated by joblessness and the breakup of his marriage. So the show creators thought his character could be a perfect vessel through which to represent a lot of people of that period. Roller skating in the palace. It was one of the most charming moments of the show, when the future Princess of Wales roller skated through Buckingham Palace while listening to Duran Duran on her Walkman. Emma Corrin likes to think that she really could have done that because Diana was known to be a roller skating pop music fan. The show's producer, Owana O'Byrne, also revealed that, according to the team's research, Diana actually rode her bicycle inside the palace the night before she got married. So they thought it would be a nice touch to remind the viewers that Diana was only 19 at the time. Charles's jealousy of Diana's popularity. An entire episode is dedicated to Charles and Diana's first major tour through Australia and New Zealand. It was a turning point in their marriage, and there's lots of information about it, including Diana's own perspective. During her BBC One interview in 1995, Diana said she and Charles were very much in love during that 6-week tour, but the pressure on both of them as a couple with the media was phenomenal. According to the book The Diana Chronicles, the Princess of Wales was aware of the public's preference for her at the time, but felt very uncomfortable with it. However, insiders say that Diana enjoyed upstaging her husband and knew it got on his nerves. As professional royal performers, they were unbeatable, revealed her former press secretary Patrick Jepson. But behind the scenes, it was quite different. The couple really didn't talk to each other much, there was minimal eye contact, and they were short-tempered with each other. Breaking royal protocols. When Diana was first introduced to the royal family, it was impossible to predict that she would become a rule breaker. The Crown Season 4 depicted one of the first examples of it, as the Princess of Wales insisted her infant son accompany the couple on their Commonwealth tour. However, some sources say that it was Prime Minister Malcolm Fraser who actually suggested that the Prince and Princess of Wales should bring William along with them. And despite the way it was depicted on the show, Charles also agreed ahead of time that it was a good idea. The hidden royal cousins. One of the major shockers of Season 4 is the story of the Queen's cousins. It was devastating to learn that Nerissa and Catherine Bowes-Lyon were secretly placed in a mental health institution and listed as dead, while in fact they were still alive. This story is true to life, except for the fact that it was Princess Margaret who discovered the whole thing. Actually, it was uncovered by the media after Nerissa's demise in the mid-1980s. The Queen never commented on the revelation, with the palace citing it as a private matter for the Bowes-Lyon family. Prime Minister versus the Queen. One of the storylines of The Crown Season 4 addresses tensions between the monarch and her first female Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher. The two outstanding ladies reportedly often held conflicting views, including sanctions against South Africa. It ended up as a bombshell piece in papers that claimed to reveal the Queen's opinion about her PM as uncaring, confrontational, and socially divisive. According to the show, the Queen's press secretary Michael Shea was blamed for the article and had to quit his longtime job. However, in reality, he denied being the source of the leak and left the palace only the following year, while the Queen and Thatcher reportedly had a very amicable conversation over the misunderstanding. By the way, the story about Margaret Thatcher's missing son is based on real-life events. He did go missing in the desert. However, the show's timing of it happening just as the Falklands were invaded is not true. Diana dancing to Uptown Girl. As we already know from the roller skating episode, Princess Diana was a pop music fan. She also loved ballet and took lessons at Kensington Palace. But we bet it was a surprise for the majority of the Crown's audience to see her on the stage of the Royal Opera House. Amazingly, Diana and ballet star Wayne Sleep actually performed a dance as a special surprise for her husband. The viewers were delighted. But unfortunately, the prince was upset with how Diana pushed the boundaries of royal propriety. It was a present which slightly backfired, recalled the royal expert Richard Kay. Charles wasn't terribly impressed. He thought she was showing off. And what about Diana's other present? A video of her singing a song from The Phantom of the Opera? Actually, here the show creators took some artistic license. According to the Crown's head of research, Diana did visit the show's West End set with the author of the musical, Andrew Lloyd Webber. However, it's unclear whether she sang or danced or whether such a video ever existed. Princess Diana's love affairs. On the show, we get a quick debriefing on all of Diana's alleged affairs thanks to Princess Anne's chat with the Queen. We even see Captain James Hewitt sneak in and out of Kensington Palace. Amazingly, Diana confirmed their affair during a BBC program in 1995, saying, "I adored him, I was in love with him, but I was very let down." Reportedly, their intense romance lasted for 5 years. Ken Worf, Diana's former bodyguard, revealed that Hewitt, a natural womanizer, gave her the attention and affection she relished, and then the passion she yearned for. There were even rumors that Captain Hewitt was Prince Harry's real father, but he firmly denied the allegations when asked the question point blank. Apart from Hewitt, Princess Anne also informed the Queen of Diana's dalliance with one of her bodyguards. This could very well be Barry Manicky. He served as the Princess of Wales's bodyguard in the mid-80s, but in Diana's own words, was shucked out after rumors of an affair reached the palace. On the tape, recorded by her voice coach in 1992, Diana shared she was deeply in love with a man in the palace environment. And although she never mentioned him by name, the princess revealed that his death was the biggest blow of her life. In 1987, Manicky died in a motorcycle accident, which Diana found suspicious. So, which of these royal saga details surprised you most? Do you think it was an accurate depiction? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for staying with Awesome Movies.